Hello, welcome back. We are now back into open session. Ms. Sawyer, would you give us a roll call, please?
Ms. Sharon Warden,
Present.
Mr. Walter B. Jolly, Ms. Pam Harreza,
Here.
Dr. Robinson,
Here.
Dr. Sheila Williams, Ms. Virginia Houston,
Present.
Mr. George Archuleta.
Thank you. No specific actions or no actions, board actions were taken in closed session. We did have very specific discussions about our human resources, about our teachers, about our staff, as we consider how we move forward. We also will have planned, and you will get more information on it, that we will be doing a demonstration, a classroom demonstration on, we're hoping Friday at 3 p.m. And that will be virtual so that you can see what our classroom is going to look like. So that will be information that will be coming to you. Ms. Warden, your Financial Business and Technology Systems Committee.
Good evening. I'm going to call on Rachel Haynes to give us a report on the temperature scanners that the school system is considering for our different locations. Ms. Haynes? And if you would, Ms. Haynes, if you'll just talk about the different systems that we're looking at as our district, and also the features that they are going to provide for us.
Okay. Chair Robinson, Vice Chair Warden, Superintendent Edmonds, and board members, good afternoon. Committee Chair Warden, ECPPS has been researching thermal temperature monitoring systems with the intent to purchase. We really would like to get some feedback from the board if there are any features that you would like to see these systems include. The ones that we have seen so far are mainly tablet type systems where students walk by with steady flow and it takes their temperature one at a time. There are also some options that would include large group options where it can take multiple temperatures at a time, when students would be when we're able to have students in larger groups. But at this time, we're really seeking feedback from the board as to what you'd like these systems to include.
Is there a cost differential between having one at a time or group temperatures?
We have not received final quotes from vendors at this time. We're still researching. We have another demonstration scheduled next week, but we would like to take action quickly once we have your feedback and get those final quotes.
I was thinking if there's no cost differential, then it would be nice to be able to do group as well as individual.
What is the accuracy rating of these types of systems?
I did not bring all those, all that data with me, but it's like 0.09. It's really accurate. And they range from within 4 feet to 6 feet. So some of the systems will take a temperature at 4 feet, and we've seen some that'll take the temperature at a 6 foot distance.
And these systems are mounted upon the student's arrival. They're mounted inside the school. So when they enter into the building, it immediately takes.
Correct.
The
They have to
person's
be
temperature.
a certain distance from the door, of course, because you do not want to pick up the outside temperature because they're that sensitive that if they're too close to the outside, they would pick up that temperature outside if you opened the door and it was too close. But it is fairly close to as they enter in.
Okay.
So I think the intent is they would still enter with some distance and walk steadily past these systems. They can monitor temperature and can also, if need be, monitor for masks.
And are these systems being used in other school systems?
One of the systems we've seen is currently being used in another school system. There's one for Clemens County school system is using one, and several other systems in our area have seek demos of similar products.
So we've had positive feedback about those.
Yes, we have received positive feedback from the systems.
And each individual school site, are they set up so that they could set things as they would like for their individual school? For example, if they had theirs at Weeksville, then it could be set up as, welcome to Weeksville Bulldog territory or whatever. You could set it up that way.
Yes, ma'am. Some of the
Mhm.
systems do allow that they can put some type of welcome message or what you would like for the system to play when it's not monitoring the temperature. And you can
Mhm.
set it so that it'll say the temperature, or you can just give an alert.
And it does not identify the person publicly, but it identifies the person privately, right?
Correct. It would not say anybody's name. I mean, it would. Correct.
So how is this monitored? Is someone standing there with the system, or is it?
It depends. You can stand there with the system, or you could have the monitor set up in a different room, like in the office area, if you chose, to do that.
But it would be,
And it's going to depend on the system because there are different systems out there. So some of them have those external monitors, and then some of them are just a tablet, and it would just get the alert. But you could have someone stand there that could see the alert, see the screen change colors, or you could put that monitor in another area where somebody would be watching and see the screen.
And it does email.
And it does email, correct.
One of the systems will actually take a snapshot of the person walking through. Which one?
Well, all of them, you can see the person that's walking
Okay.
through. It records the image.
and then if someone is alerted that they have a temperature, what happens?
Then they would be pulled. So you would have someone standing there and they would go to an isolation room, which is manned by the nurses.
Okay.
So each school will have an isolation room.
Correct.
And it would be mounted at the door, at
Well,
the entry.
It would be at an entryway, but not
Right.
right at the very door. You would have to
Right.
step a little ways into the building before
Exactly.
you could get the temperature. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Because they are that accurate, and that's the reason for not being able to have them
Right,
that close to the door.
right.
And if a school had let's say two entryways for students entering, if it's a large enough student body, they would have the option of having two of these monitors.
Yes,
Like
ma'am. In
the-
the event that you had students entering in two different areas, then you could set up separate monitors in two different areas. Yes, ma'am.
And we
And-
potentially,
Go ahead.
we potentially looked at for those that are coming off of the buses and those that are coming in from the car riders.
Right.
The car riders will actually have their temperature taken in the car before they got out of the car.
Having those additional monitors, does that change the price?
Well, having it would be an additional tablet because it
Additional
would cha-
tablet?
I mean,
You would have the same monitor, it would just be additional tablet stations for different entries.
it depends on what system you went with and what you selected. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
So,
okay.
and like I said, we have not received final pricing, but that's why we wanted to get feedback to see what you were in, if you had any items that you wanted us to look into prior to.
And as I recall from looking at them, a person would not have to stop. They could just continually walk. Students would continually walk through and it will constantly take the temperature.
Yes, ma'am.
It includes anyone who enters the building.
Absolutely. Are there any other questions or feedback?
I certainly prefer a system that has higher reliability and accuracy versus lower price, if that's, what we're going, kind of system we're going with, something that we're walking by.
And we do as well. So we have definitely accuracy is important.
And I do like the mask add-on. I thought that was something that would be, the fact that they could identify whether or not you were wearing it.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Warden, if there's no further or questions or comments, then I'll turn it back over to you.
The only other thing that I want to assure that we have tech support with those and warranties.
Yes,
Want
sir.
to know what those are,
Okay.
what it includes.
All right.
Any other questions? Thank you very much,
Yep.
Ms. Haynes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, this was just an opportunity for information, and we'll make a final decision once we get quotes from, I think, one more vendor. So we will not be taking action at this time. And Dr. Robinson, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. But once the next quote comes in, they're able to move forward. Is that correct?
Exactly. Because we have already taken appropriate action to give Dr. Edmonds and her staff the opportunity to make a decision based on our requirements.
Excellent.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other business for us this evening other than our state board conference? I think we've all gotten information on that. I think it starts Monday and Tuesday.
Of the policy. The policy.
Yes. Any other business to come before the board this evening?
I believe we were gonna also note when we were going to make a decision.
Thank you. At our September 28th meeting, the board will make the decision in terms of how we move forward as a district. So that is still there. We're continuing to gather information, but a final decision will be made at the September 28th meeting. Thank you. Anything else to come before the board this evening? Nothing else. Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.